What's up, guys? I'm Zach of Turpin Landscape Design Build. We're out here in Jenkintown, PA, and I wanted to show you, before we get this thing completely tuned up, a few things that's going on with this pond that's going to happen underwater. One of the big inspirations for this pond was the customer's a scuba instructor, and he's got some little grandkids and wants to bring them up into that scuba diving world. Thought a rec pond would be the way to do it. So in this area right here, we've got just a little bit above 5 feet of depth of water, and we really opened up the space. We got some big vertical rocks so that we can jump in and not have that stacked look where we got to jump so far out. So we really got up to a high height really quickly and straight, which I love. A lot of stacked stone work. These waterfalls are just going to be ripping through and having these jumping points. I'm actually sitting on a rock right now that's going to be a jumping ledge. It's just going to peak right out of water, so it's going to have this really cool step entrance. There's a really formal walkway, 5 or 6 snapped edge steppers. It's going to be a comfortable way to walk in for everybody, but then we gave some rustic in and outs, you know, like these large flatter boulder tops that they're not as formal as the steps, but the kids are going to love getting in and out of it. The client really wanted to be able to swim in his pond. His wife really wants to be able to swim in the pond. However, his wife really doesn't want to swim in the pond with fish. So we had a little bit of back and forth on how we're going to do this. He wanted fish. He had a pond we built for him last year that had fish. All of his koi were in there, so what we ended up doing was we built him a koi pond separate from this system. Then we did a walkway over, and from a really cool vantage point in front of his greenhouse, when you're looking out, it's going to appear as though the koi pond and the swim pond are connected through a stream that runs under the walkway with a really cool waterfall that drops right into the intake bay. The ponds are not connected, but we wanted to get that appearance that it is. So it actually makes the entire system a lot larger, but it accomplished those things of settling the argument at home as far as who's going to swim in this thing if there's fish in it. So these are the 2 components that we started. Everything about this project was exceptionally challenging. Access, we really like to build the pond first and then build up on our waterfalls. There's no exit point. We've got a really nicely done custom greenhouse that was put in before this project started. So that really tightened up our access points. This thing was built completely upside down. Bog first, build it up, build it out, then the ponds, and we're working our way out to the gate. Lots of really cool meandering step stones, walkways, gets us from one place to another. And the landscaping beds are gonna do a really cool job of hiding all of that hard surface. So it's going to break these systems up, but it's still going to be connected looking. These are just 2 of the water feature elements out of 5 that are going into this project. So every project that we do at Turpin is a custom project. And there's no pond that looks exactly like another. There's no rock that's exactly the same. Every once in a while, we get to do something really unique and special just for the client. He really wanted a deep portion of this pond so that he could take the grandkids down and do some scuba training, you know, at a very young age. We level it out, so there's a 5-foot section, there's a 3-foot section, there's a 1-foot section, so as they're working their way in, they can play around with that stuff. So one of the things that we were able to do here, we got an opportunity because it fit so well, was we got some really cool resin aquarium shipwrecks, and we embedded them. You can see this one here. We embedded them in different places throughout the rock work at different levels of the pond. So as these little guys are learning to scuba dive and go down and get visuals, some little cool colored gems that we're stashing in different places throughout the pond. They're going to be going in and finding these boats and looking for treasures and really just getting interactive with the pond in a way that we've never done that before. So this is just, it just was a really cool, unique way of adding an extra element to the ponds that's really going to create a huge amount of enjoyment from the client. Another really unique thing that we haven't gotten into before here at Turpin is, so he's got these systems, a fish pond, he's got a swim pond, he's also got a turtle pond for his box turtles and some mud turtles. It was really important that we put in some driftwood where they can get up and out of the water, a beach area that they can get up at. We do that in most every pond, but on this one, we actually did a cedar log corral area that's gonna get soilly amended with sand and pit moss and topsoil, some mushroom soil, and it's all gonna get mixed together to create an environment where the turtles are gonna wanna come out and lay their eggs, but corralled in a really natural way instead of just some chicken wire or some fence or like a block wall. We actually used some cedar that was some dead branches that had to come off of a tree here. We cut them up at different lengths, twined them together, and fastened them into this pond system here. So the turtles are gonna come out where they can't really get an escape route too easily, but it gives them a place that they can go to lay their eggs and then get back into the water. So just two really unique to this particular project and this client and how they want to use their feature that we were able to come up with some really creative ideas to give him everything that he wanted.